We worked with the Secretary of State. We had several meetings over the summer and into the fall, and really made sure we got this report to HGA in time. And this is the work of that committee. Really was about giving voice to the disability community and their access to being able to vote. And every voter has the right to vote in private. Every voter, has the right for different assistance tools that are provided, like, Sip and Puff and other kinds of tools at every single, polling location. And so we just wanted to make sure that
Good morning. My name is Norris Henderson, 7832 Lake Stream Drive, New Orleans, Louisiana. And I am here in support of the call. I have a sister-in-law who is 93 years old. And for the life of me, she will not fill out the write-in ballot. It's almost like I've been voting all my life and I want to go and I want to be able to go. And so I'm glad when one of the persons mentioned about their caregiver, because nothing is wrong with me, but it's kind of like I have to help her go and vote. And so I would appreciate if this committee passes this bill favorably. Thank you.
Well, I want to be very brief.
Okay.
I am supporting this bill because I have family members that are handicapped. And in November, I'll be 78 years old, and the back is not what it used to be, and walking. So I'm definitely in favor of this. Thank you.
Good deal. Ms. Williams?
Yes, to the chairperson and to the members. My name is Eve Williams, and on behalf of Power Coalition for Equality and Justice, I am testifying today in support of House Bill 449, sponsored by Representative Matthew Willard, to increase voting access for people with disability. Power Coalition is made of community-based organizations who work together to educate and empower voters across Louisiana. We utilize voter engagement, community organization, listening session, organizing voter engagement, policy, advocacy, and leadership development to support historically marginalized people in Louisiana. In 2022, Power Coalition for Equality and Justice, along with a number of partners, advocacy organizations, advocated for a task force to evaluate opportunities to increase access to voting for people with disabilities. However, HB 449 would begin to improve the recommendations produced by the task force. The legislature would require the Louisiana Secretary of State to appoint an American with Disability Act, ADA, compliance officer. This person would be in charge of conducting and issuing a biennial accessible audit and then share their findings. This position will ensure that the state complies with numerous accessibility requirements. Additionally, by doing a deep dive into accessibility of current voting procedures, this position will identify opportunities for further procedure update. This legislation will create a voting accessibility advisory group within the Department of State. This advisory group will have 7 members with the diversity of accessibility needs and will provide input on voting. Accessibility needs that address a spectrum of challenges that currently exist. At the moment, the voice of people with disability is not at the table when making new voting procedures. By creating this advisory group, it will ensure that the needs of people with disability are considered when creating new policies. Additionally, the very important House Bill 449 updates the Election Commissioner training to ensure compliance with the Americans with Disability Act of 1990. To address this, the training would reflect improving accessibility in voting systems, create publication of best practices related to accessible voting for local education officials, revise and improve the department's publication and posting at voting locations, and increase accessibility of information on the State Department's website. These updates will make it easier for commissioners to support voters with disabilities at the poll. I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to share our thoughts on this important piece of legislation. Thank you very much.